The last event on the track on day 4. And what a race this could be. It's the women's 1500-meter final. The defending champion and world record holder, Genzebe Dibaba, races. The Olympic champion, Faith Kipyegon, races. The great British hope, Laura Muir. Can she produce the first homegrown medal of these 2017 IAAF World Championships? This has got the makings of an absolute classic. Caster Semenya, 4 times a global champion over 800 metres.
Oh, let's just paint the picture a bit more now. We've got the Olympic and Commonwealth champion, Faith Kipyegon, the Olympic champion, world record holder, Dibaba, the multi-world record holder and Olympic champion at 800 metres, Caster Semenya, the world indoor champion, Sifan Hassan, the ex-world and Olympic bronze medalist, Jenny Simpson, and the European champion, Vitotska. This is the greatest field ever assembled of women 1500 metres, without a doubt.
This is the final of the women's 1500 metres. Such a sense of expectation in this stadium. The world record holder, the defending champion, Genzebe Dibaba, is in the field, and so too the fastest woman in the world this year, the world indoor champion, Sifan Hassan of the Netherlands. There's the lineup. Laura Wakeman was in the Olympic final 5 years ago. Hassan, can she reproduce those lightning quick times earlier this season? Semenya stepping up from the 800 where she's been so dominant. Kipyegon is the Olympic champion, and there's Dibaba and Laura Muir carrying the hopes of a nation on her shoulders. And believe me, she really is. There's been so much publicity about her heading into this final. Angelika Vitotska won the Rabat Diamond League. She's in great form, the Polish woman. Jenny Simpson, gold medalist in Daegu, got a silver in Moscow and an Olympic medal last year. Always gets it right on the big occasion. The world champion, the world record holder, only made it into the final as the fastest loser. Is she back on top form? Ababe Arafi of Morocco made both finals 2 years ago. Faith Kipyegon, Commonwealth champion, Olympic champion. This is the only title missing from her collection. And listen to this. Can her nerve hold good? Laura Muir missed a medal in Rio, and by a whisker in Beijing. Will it be different this time? Malika Akui, 12th in Beijing 2 years ago. Caster Semenya, a massive season's best in the 1500 metres to get through to this final. We know she always wins the 8. Can she produce the first instalment of a double? Sifan Hassan, the fastest woman in the world this year, world indoor champion. Can she do the double outdoors? Meraf Bata, 6th in the Olympic final last year. European champion back in 2014. A great moment for Laura Wakeman. 7th in London 5 years ago, 11th in Rio last year. And on the inside, Hannah Klein, 24-year-old from Germany. She has done brilliantly to make this final. You simply cannot pick a winner from this race. It is so competitive. Every single protagonist you would hope to be there is about to line up. They have the entire stadium to themselves. The crowd hold their breath in anticipation of what could be one of the championship's great races. The women's 1500-meter final is underway. Will it be fast? Will it be tactical? It's an absolutely loaded field. And it is Laura Muir of Great Britain who's gone to the front with Jenny Simpson on her shoulder. Vitotska is in 3rd.
Well, that's the way to do it. If you've got your crowd behind you, Muir going to the front. She doesn't want to make a mistake. She's not running that fast. Simpson, we know, is a good tactician in second place at the moment. So this is a good move from the Brit.
Muir leads. Simpson so often gets it right on the big occasion. And now the Olympic champion coming up onto the Britain's shoulder. Barter is closing. Semenya is right there. It's pretty steady at the moment, but Muir keeping herself out of trouble.
Exactly. Kipyegon, as you said, the Olympic champion coming up. Barter on the outside. Barter's a distance runner coming down to the 1500 meters. If she wants to make a move, she's got to make it earlier. But Muir doing everything she has to do. She's keeping them at bay. Kipyegon is there. Semenya menacingly in the middle of the picture in green, just keeping on the outside, not being boxed.
Still nobody prepared to really go for this. No move yet from Genzebe Dibaba, who is so fast. Remember how quickly she ran over the last 800 meters last year to win that gold medal.
But don't forget that Semenya is world class at 800 and very fast over the 400 meters. They do not want to play into her hand, and that's what they're doing at the moment.
Muir leads. The Olympic champion on her shoulder. Hitotska's tucked in on the inside. Simpson just needs to make sure she doesn't get boxed here. They are virtually jogging here, and this is about to explode into life, surely.
Well, the tension's building. They're pulling the tension tighter and tighter. Someone has got to crack at some stage. Someone has got to make a move, because if they don't, it's going to be a last 400 meters that we're going to remember, because everybody will be sprinting.
This is very slow. You can really sense the atmosphere in the stadium beginning to grow. Surely there's got to be a move from someone. And now, coming from the back, they have decided at last to take it on. And it's Sifan Hassan who hits the front. Laura Muir is now tucked in on the inside. Hassan, the world indoor champion, from the Olympic champion. Muir shoves Simpson in the back. She's now on the curve. And Genzebe Dibaba is coming. They're all queuing up for a crack at the big time. And Muir now on the outside. They take the bell in the final of the women's 1500 meters. The world indoor champion leads. The Olympic champion in second place. It's the only title she's never won. Dibaba, the world record holder, is boxed in at the moment. Simpson of the United States in third, and Laura Muir trying to come wide on the outside.
It's a big race now. Hassan is moving on. Kipyegon's working hard. It looks like these two are pulling away, but isn't. It looks like Muir's challenging hard. She's coming now. She's gaining yard for yard on the two in front. She's just got to keep going. She really has, and she is closing.
Sifan Hassan with the Olympic champion, side by side, shoulder to shoulder. The crowd are roaring encouragement for Laura Muir. She's trying to hang on, but Simpson's coming on the inside. Kipyegon is coming away to win the only title missing from her collection. Simpson takes the silver, and Semenya outdips Laura Muir on the line for the bronze. It was absolutely brutal on that last 600 meters. There was all sorts going on behind Faith Kipyegon, but the Commonwealth champion, the Olympic champion, is now the world champion, and you can see just what that victory means to her. What a way to win one of the finest 1500-meter races we've ever seen.
Well, what a great performance by Kipyegon. Well, she was, I suppose, if you can call it the favourite, but not in that sort of class of field. No one is the favourite. Semenya congratulating her here. She came through for that bronze medal position from nowhere. Semenya was so far back, she wasn't even in the race with 100 metres to go. Simpson, again, this woman is a fantastic technician. She knows exactly where to be at exactly the right time, and that got her the silver medal. Well, Kipyegon, what can you say? Perfect, really, perfect run. She went with Hassan, she matched her all the way, and they got away from the rest of the field. And that gap that she got just held her in good stead coming to the home straight. She was tiring, but she wasn't tiring enough. The others were coming at her.
Well, that is such a disappointment for Laura Muir. I don't think she did anything wrong there. She was just taking part in a race of the very highest quality. I think she got her tactics right. She put herself in the right position. She just couldn't quite hold on. But what a moment for Faith Kipyegon. She's now won every title available to her. But what a performance from Simpson. Yet again, delivering under the most intense pressure, getting her tactics right and timing it to perfection.
Yeah, as I said, great race though, great race really. It had everything there really, didn't it? Drama all the way through to the end. You didn't know who was going to win until they came down the home straight and into the last 50 metres or so. And if that's the case, that's a wonderful performance from all the women really. Kipyegon, good performance. Disappointment, I suppose, for Laura Muir really, with Semenya coming through. But look at this, Hassan did everything she could do really, Hassan. She worked hard. Kipyegon fed off her. She used her to pull away from the rest of the field. And at this stage, you thought, well, maybe Muir's in with a chance. But look at Simpson coming through on the inside. There's a gap. She seizes it. Semenya, on the other hand, coming the other side. And in the end, Simpson comes right past everybody. Hassan there for the silver. And dipping on the line, Semenya gets the bronze.
0.07 of a second, denying Laura Muir a place on the podium for what would have been Great Britain's first medal. That was the battle for the bronze, but what a fantastic performance from Faith Kipyegon. She beat an absolutely incredible field, and by the way, as Semenya crashes to the ground, Genzebe Dibaba, the world record holder and the defending champion, was last in that final. That is how topsy-turvy it was. You couldn't predict anything going on to that last lap. It could have gone to any of them. It was such an intriguing race to watch. It really was.
The trouble is, if you leave it late, leave it to a last lap, whoever gets the jump, whoever goes first, so hard to call them back. And these two went. They got a gap of about 5 or 6 metres. And even though you're trying your best, you can't come back at some people when they're running at that sort of speed. It's just impossible. And you can see, really, a wonderful performance from Kipyegon. She knew exactly what to do. Get up front. Hassan obviously dying on her feet in the last 4 or 5 metres, losing silver medal, and in the end finishing up in 5th place. Simpson, wow, this woman really is a class act. Coming through, waiting till that gap opened up on the inside. Here she comes, there's a gap there. Hassan just left it. If she'd have been in the inside lane, Simpson would have been able to got through.
There was a gap there, but my goodness me, it was tight. There wasn't much room for Simpson. Have a look again on the right of picture here. Hassan is, what, maybe a foot or so out from hugging the inside of lane 1.
But look at Simpson's eyes. She's watching and she is waiting for that gap. She almost knows that it's going to come. Watch. She's looking down. She can see there's a gap. Hassan is now starting to move over. And through the gap, she comes. Absolutely wonderful. Kipyegon, you can't take anything away from this woman. She did everything right.
But she was so emotional at the finish. And this replay is really good because it shows you the speed with which they were running around that last bend. Muir at that stage had a little bit of a gap back to Simpson, and it looked for 1 minute as though she would close down on the athlete from the Netherlands and Kenya. But Kipyegon just had enough to break Hassan's spirit, and then it was all happening immediately behind her. It was incredible that it was so unpredictable, so close until the line.
Well, yes, you could, as I say, with that sort of calibre of field, you could literally have picked 1 or 2 of the athletes, or permed 1 or 2 from almost all of them, really. Well, looks like Kenya have picked up another gold, as you'd expect in the distance races.
Yeah, great celebration for the Kenyans. They will be delighted for their golden girl. She has done the double. Faith Kipyegon the Commonwealth champion, the Olympic champion, is the world champion. Jenny Simpson, a sensational race from her, coming through a gap that didn't exist for silver, and Semenya out-dipping Great Britain's Laura Muir for the bronze.